Hi guys, my name is Makisha and today I'm going to be talking about how I moved out of my house at 18. Alright, stay tuned. Hey guys, I know that I'm new to YouTube, but if you guys want to give me a video to try, comment down below what it is and I'll get to it. Without further ado, I'm going to get to my video on how I moved out at 19. But everything actually started when I was 18, when I still lived with my mother. It was around, like, I want to say August of 2018, or no, it was August of 2017, and my mom decided to move in with her boyfriend, and you know, everything was fine and stuff like that. We weren't gonna move in until I finished high school, but we ended up moving in anyway because my mom had changed jobs. So when we moved in, me and my sisters kind of started having problems with her new boyfriend. We didn't really get along at all or anything. So then it got like really bad to like where we would like argue and would like get loud and bad. So I kind of didn't want to be there anymore because it was just bad for me. And so my boyfriend at the time's mom had invited me to come live with them, you know, for a little bit until I could, you know, figure out what I really want to do and stuff. So that's what I did. I went to go stay with them. During those 6 to 7 months, I was in school still. I was on the drill team. So, you know, I still had all this stuff going on, trying to graduate, prom, all of that. So I was, after all that was over in May, I was working at a movie theater, $7.50 an hour. And I really wasn't thinking about moving out at the time. But then, you know, his mom sat us down and talked to us and basically was like, oh, you guys need to figure out, you know, what you're going to do because, you know, you can't live here forever. And I was like, you know, yeah, I feel that and I understand. So then after that, I was like not saving money still. I was still spending all my money on food, on spending money, not caring, not really thinking about it. Then I want to say like a month later, his mother had to talk with us again because, you know, we obviously didn't listen. So at that point, I was like, you know, I really need to get my stuff together so I can move out. So I think we started looking at apartments, even though, like, you know, we didn't have any money saved up. We didn't have anything organized or anything. We still was like, you know, let me look at apartments to see like what exactly we need in order to move out. So after that, I think we started looking for like new jobs too and stuff, so we could really move out, because I think that's the time that we was like, you know, we need to move out, you know, we need to get our stuff together so we can move out. And you know, so then, you know, probably like a month goes past, still not saving, still spending money on food. I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, why didn't you start saving money if you're trying to move out so bad and stuff like that. It was just so hard at the time because, you know, I will always want to get food and stuff because, you know, I was shy and I didn't feel comfortable like making food at the house and stuff. And I felt like I couldn't like touch her stuff and, you know, and I didn't like feeling like that. So that's kind of a bit of like why I wanted to move out. So then after that, after that month, we started looking at like apartments and stuff, you know. I actually started making like a plan, like a financial plan, because, you know, I was getting serious at this point. Like the average utility bills, my phone bill, rent, and then like for myself, am I gonna have money left over? And I finally had got my total, and it was like 1,000 something. That's how much I needed to make a month in order to, you know, survive on my own, be able to get my own apartment. So after I did that, I actually made a binder like for life goals and stuff that I want to get done. And at this time, I wanted to move out at by December or before Christmas, and this was November. This was November. Now, this was no, yeah, this was November now. And so I was like, I want to move out before Christmas. I prayed about it and everything. I was like, I really do want to move out before Christmas, but that's like it's not that long away. So I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'm gonna try. Still not saving money. I probably didn't have anything. I probably had like $20 in my account at the time. And I was still looking for an apartment and still looking for other jobs. And my boyfriend at the time was looking for apartments and stuff too as well. He was looking for another job as well because we both had worked at the movie theater. And then I was like, let me just apply for Walmart because Walmart makes $11 an hour, and that's not bad at all. So I used to flame people up for working at Walmart and stuff, but it is not that bad. They get paid $11 an hour to scan people's groceries, tell them bye, hi, have a nice day, stuff like that. It wasn't that bad. But anyways, so I started working there, and then I redid my financial plan to see if I had enough this time, at Salvation Army and Walmart. I combined those two totals together to see how much I would bring home every 2 weeks, and then also how much I would bring home each month. So I got my number, and it was actually over what my goal was, like the goal that I needed in order to get my apartment and stuff. So I made that a month. So I was like, okay, that's good. But I wasn't thinking at the time about, the fees you have to pay when you first move in. Then me being a first time renters, my credit wasn't that good because I had got a credit card probably like 3 months. 3 months before I moved out, I had got a credit card. I was using it for like gas and stuff. So, I could build my credit a little bit. And so I knew I had a credit, but I didn't think it was that good because I just started. And I know it's kind of hard to like get your credit like up there a little bit once you when you're just beginning, you don't really have a lot on your plate. So after that, in the financial thing that I had made like a budget of like how much I want to pay for the apartment, and my budget was like $750. I know that's kind of like little, but that was my budget at the time. I was just trying to move out at the time. So I went on Apartment Finder, and they have a thing where you can do like the minimum, and I put the minimum at $750, and they would show me like all apartments in my area that's renting for $750 or lower. I stumbled across one, and I go check it out. My boyfriend didn't want to go check it out with me at the time, so I just went by myself. I thought it was good. And when you go check out apartments, make sure you bring your pay stubs and your IDs. But you don't have to, but I'm gonna tell you why I bring my pay stubs. You have to bring your ID though if you want to check it out. But the reason I want you to bring your pay stubs is so that and whoever's working there at the apartment you're going to visit, they'll let you know in advance, like if you make 2 times the rent, 3 times the rent, because most apartment complexes require you to make a certain amount in order to live there. That apartment complex wanted me to make 3 times the rent, and I was like, I don't know if I make 3 times the rent, and because I didn't know how all that went, because they don't teach you that in high school, so I was just confused, I didn't know how they did that. So she did it for me, and she was basically like, yeah, you make enough, yeah, whatever. And I was like, okay, good, can I have 2 applications? Went home, took them back actually the same day, and there was actually an application fee too. The application was like $30 or $50 per application, so we both had to pay it, and it was like $60 altogether, or maybe I don't think it was $100. I think it was like $60 or $80, $60 to $80 for both of our applications. After we turned it in, she told us to wait 3 days, and they will let us know if we would be able to get the apartment or not. I was anxious, very anxious. I started looking up like what could make them say no, and they had some stuff like if your credit's bad or you don't have a credit history at all. But 3 days fly by, and we didn't really have a lot of money. We should have, but we didn't, because, you know, I told you already, I always kept spending my money on food and, you know, going out to whenever I want to. Don't do that, guys. Don't do it. Like, even though I got through it and I did it, I don't suggest it to anybody, because it's very, 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 very hard on yourself. My original plan was I was gonna get like money, like at least three months worth of rent before I even moved out, but I really wanted to move out, so, you know. But anyways, after those 3 days, I had got an email in it. She was telling me that I got accepted, but I would have to pay a extra fee because my credit was low. The fee was really expensive. It was like $400 to $600 maybe dollars, plus the deposit fee, and then plus the deposit fee and the first month's rent. So the first month's rent was $690, plus the deposit fee was like $200. The security deposit was like $200, and then I had to pay that fee because of my credit, and that was like $600. And so, like, I had to pay all of those together by a certain date, or I wouldn't be able to move in. And how I got the money to do it is I tried to pick up as many shifts as I could. I started saving money. I did this for a month. I started saving money and stuff. So then after that month, I did have enough money for it. So that was like everything. Like, I had exactly enough, like not exactly enough, but I had like only like a little bit left over after I paid everything. I probably only had like $20 left over afterwards. Everything probably cost me around $1,000 to $2,000 just to move out. What I suggest for you to do if you're trying to move out at like 18, 19, because we're at a young age, is the most important step is save money. Like, I know that it's hard because you want to go get food or you want to hang out with your friends, you know, go out, do these different things, but you can still do that. But make sure you set aside like money. Like, I started to do half of like what I make. Like, if I had money and I didn't need it for anything, half of it I would put it for myself, and the other half I would put in my savings. Or what you could do is just do $10. At least it's something. But if you're trying to move out, I suggest you do a little bit more. But I suggest you do a little bit more if you're trying to move out like fast, in a hurry. But if you're not, you can take your time a little bit with it. But yeah. And also, a way that you can stop spending money is occupy yourself. Like, do stuff. Like, not everything has to be about money. Like, you can clean your house, clean your room, clean your house, leave your card at home, or you can just go take out cash and get a certain amount, like take $20, go leave your card at home. Or if you have $100 bill, go break it up, take $20 with you, leave the rest at home. That way you can save money, or just don't bring money at all. I'm going to talk about the financial plan now. And with the financial plan, you would have to put like all like the utilities I told you, like the water, electric, gas, internet. For me, I didn't have gas, so I didn't have to calculate that. Just if you want to know if the apartment complex you have to pay for a gas, then just call and ask them. But you got to calculate your cell phone bill. What I did was to get the average of the water bill and like the electricity and the gas is I just went online. I searched up average water bill or average internet bill. Not internet, because internet you can just go on any website and find it. Average like gas, water, electric, and I would take those, add it into the total, and calculate it all together, and that's the total cost for the utilities. Then you have to add in your rent, the cell phone bill, and then you, because yourself is always going to be a personal bill, because once you move out, it's a little bit harder to it's a lot harder to spend money on yourself, because you have to focus a lot on your bills. So make sure that yourself becomes a bill in the part when you make your financial chart. And then I also had to put my groceries, how much I was going to spend on groceries. Also put on there how much I was currently making at the time. So from one job I was making $9.50 3 days a week, and I would put like the hours and add that up. And then Walmart, $11 so and so days a week. That one kind of was hard to do because, you know, I didn't work every single day there. What am I saying? I didn't work every single day there, so I couldn't like add up like I did the first one. So what I did is, there's a certain amount of hours I would get, and I would just take those, you know, add it together, and that's how much I would get. That's how I did the financial chart. If you guys want to see it, just comment in the comment section, and I'll either post another video or I'll post it on my Instagram or my Twitter, excuse me. And then also, let's see, even after you hit like the amount that you want, I suggest that you still continue to save so you won't struggle later on, because I was good for like 3 months, and then it kind of started getting rocky because I wasn't continuing to save. So I just suggest that you continue to save. And then the whole thing with your credit is, you can either get a credit card. Some people should take out loans. I don't think you should take out loans because you still have to pay interest on it. And you still have to pay interest on the credit card, but you don't have to pay the interest unless you miss your cycle, like you miss the billing cycle. So it's way better to get a credit card. If you get a credit card, I suggest that you only use it on like gas, maybe groceries sometimes, but make sure you pay it back immediately after you use that money. So do not spend money on that credit card that you don't have. It's if you want to see what kind of like credit card you like which one is for you, then you can always go on like Credit Karma, or just look up online like credit card plans or something like that. But there's so many different ones, like Chase has credit cards, all of them. Just search them up online. And try to get your credit together before you move out. But if you're trying to move out fast, then just try working on it at least like 3 months before you move in, a couple of months before you move in, so you won't have to pay that big of a security deposit, because I had to pay a big one because my credit was not that good. And then when you do move out, people be like, oh, you need to have furniture, stuff like that, blah blah blah. No, you do not need furniture immediately, as long as you have like your basics, like your bed. You know, you don't have to have a couch. I didn't have a couch when I first moved in. I didn't have a TV in my living room when I first moved in. I literally just had everything for my room. So I kind of got some stuff from my family members. I got some stuff from like a thrift store. It is okay to shop at a thrift store, especially when you're first time moving out. Like, not everything you need to get, like, not everything you get needs to be new, is what I'm trying to say. Like, my couch, I bought that for $10 at Goodwill, and it actually looks really good. But so you don't need furniture immediately, unless it's like something like a necessity. Like, I don't say that a bed is a necessity, because some people just sleep on their mattresses. I don't, but some people just sleep on the mattresses put on the floor or stuff like that. But so my point is, you do not have to get new stuff, like new everything. You can go to the thrift store, get you something just to hold up until you have the money to get it. Or, you know, if you're just a big baller and you can afford all that, then go ahead. There's no problem in that. When you go look at apartments, make sure that you stay in the apartment for, I say 5 to 10 minutes. It seems like a long time, but just stand in one spot when you get in there and just look around and kind of just be quiet. You want to know what you're looking for? Roaches. Because my first apartment did have roaches, because when I first went in there, I didn't see any roaches, but they had roaches. But we don't have them no more because we use these chemicals. Sometimes you can use chemicals, but not all chemicals work for like them T90 roaches. So just stay in the apartment and make sure that you don't see no creatures crawling around and stuff. Because my apartment person lied to me and told me that they didn't have roaches, but they definitely do. But if you can't get your credit up by the time that if you can't get your credit up, or you don't have like the 3 times the rent but you can make the rent, you can always get a grantor. I don't know how to say it. It's one of those words, but it's somebody that basically signs the paperwork with you, and so that if you fail to do something, it kind of, I don't want to say falls on them, but it, like, their credit helps you. It's basically for them to help you, like, because they have good credit, so they can fall, like, you can fall on them to use their good credit so you can get the apartment. I don't suggest doing that. I think you should just kind of wait, because if something does happen and everything falls back on them, they're going to be mad at you because you brought them into the mess. But at the same time, it's their fault for signing it, but still, it's not right. Check the ratings before you decide on the apartment. Before you even go to the apartment, check the ratings, because I mean, the ratings are not always going to be correct, but my apartment is a 3 right now, and I think it was because of the roaches. I've read online, they said it was because of management, spiders, and other stuff, but I don't personally see any of that. We don't have spiders. Management is really nice. Everybody in the whole apartment complex is really nice. And also what I did when I was go check out the apartment is I looked around, like I did a drive around the apartment. I looked around, seeing like what type of people was there, because I don't want, nothing bad happening. Like while I'm at home, I don't want to be scared to go outside or anything. So just check the apartment out, like check the whole apartment complex out when you go look for an apartment. And my last advice that I'm going to give to you, because this video is getting kind of long, is I know that you guys are like, oh, I want to hang out with my friend. Because I had 2 jobs at the time I got an apartment, and I know sometimes you guys are like, oh, I don't want to get 2 jobs because I want to go hang out with my friends. I don't want to be missing out on stuff and blah blah blah. But if this is for like, if you truly need to like hurry up and get an apartment, or if you just want to get an apartment and you don't care about friends, whatever. Because I really didn't have that many friends, so I'd like to hang out with. I had friends, but I didn't really have that many to go hang out with like that, so I just worked all the time. I've always been a workaholic since I was 16, so it really wasn't that problem for me. But what you could do is if you really like, oh, I want to hang out with my friends, then you're gonna have to like start early, like months early, so you can go ahead and start saving up money, so when you do get to that month, you can just glide onto your apartment. Anyways, thank you for watching my video, and if any of this helped you, comment down below and let me know. If there's anything you want me to try, comment down below. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.